let's be honest, it's a fan favorite. And in the VIP Kid world, it's an amazing award that a lot of people use in class. And by the time your student gets to level 5, they are pros at tic tac toe. However, what's wrong with tic tac toe? Ta-da! A tic tac toe board. So you are playing the student, and you sometimes let the student go first, sometimes you go first. It really doesn't matter. This is what happens while you're playing tic tac toe with your student. Did you hear it? No. And neither did I. So it's a trap. The tic-tac-toe game is a highly requested game by the students, and a lot of teachers do play tic-tac-toe in the classroom as a wonderful reward for the students' hard effort. But if you noticed, the entire time I was playing tic-tac-toe, there was no conversation. And this is an ESL class. So we are trying to encourage the students to speak as much as they can, as long as they can. And hopefully by the time they get to level 5, they're putting their little toes into the well of complex sentences, which can't happen when you play regular tic-tac-toe. But we have a responsibility in the classroom. And so let's make both of those worlds come together. So do not panic. This board is for a level 5 student. Level 5 are students who have learned, hopefully, how to speak fluidly enough to use a couple of compound sentences, and even maybe dabble in one or two complex sentences. They are able to give their opinions with your assistance in completing their thought in a logical manner. So we're going to do tic-tac-toe again, but this time you'll notice conversation. Ta-da! This is tic-tac-toe level 5 style with teacher Lucienne, the smiling teacher. So what happens is the student sees the board and I let them know this is tic-tac-toe. But for you to get the spot, you have to be able to discuss whatever's in that box. All right. Do you want to play tic-tac-toe? All right, let's go. So now the student's intrigued. They know how to play tic-tac-toe, so they're still playing to win. But now they see, what the heck? I have to talk about things as I play. So let's say they decided to pick this one. Describe a planet. I'm leaving it open-ended. This is level 5. I want them to start putting together their own thoughts. I want them to start putting together their own thoughts in a cohesive manner. So if you were doing a lower level, you do vocabulary and grammar and maybe not as open-ended. Okay? So you can do this at all levels except pre-VIP. You don't want to do that to them. And why are you playing tic-tac-toe with pre-VIP kids? But any which way, they're to describe a planet. Now the student is talking. They're telling you about a planet. You're helping fix their sentences. Oh, does that subject verb agree? Oh, let's fix that, boo. Fix, fix, fix. We want you to sit in your college class speaking English as if you were born here. All right, so we're going to fix these little things now while you're at level 5 so that you can soar when you're at university. Okay, so they do that and they do an excellent job, and then they get their position. And then you lose on purpose. Pick a spot. Pick something you know they're not going to pick. Summarize Tommy's dream. They're going to probably avoid the summary ones. So you want to force them to do summary ones. Oh, Tommy's Dream is where they talk about planet Earth and how it takes 365 days. That's wrong. That's the other story. You don't know that if you're not in level 5, but the student does. And I go, did I win? And they go, no, teacher. All right, it's your turn. You can win. Can you summarize Tommy's story? Tommy's Dream? That's the title of the story that they read for the first 5 lessons. Welcome to Planet Earth and Tommy's Dream. So now you've kind of tricked them. You've made them pick one of the harder ones there, and they're going to summarize it as quickly as they can. And then they get that. But you also picked a spot where they can't win immediately, so they've got to go somewhere else. Now, your shrewd players are going to go here for obvious reasons. Okay? But if they don't know how to play as well, they may pick a really random place to go. All right, so then the shrewd player is going to go here. Now, this is kinesthetic, tactile, and verbal. I want them to show me 3 spheres. That means they've got to look around their work area and find or make examples of 3 spheres. And you can get them to, if you have time, give you a sentence. If not, don't give you a sentence. And then they show them to you. They talk about it the whole time. And it's like, yay! I don't want to lose. Oh, I'm going to go for the middle one. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Did teacher win? I'm constantly giving wrong answers because it gives them a chance to, one, listen, because what they were expecting me to say, I didn't say. So now they're having to really engage their mind to make sure that they're connecting all of the pieces when it comes to language learning. I did it when I was learning German. It was the easiest way to learn it when I was living in Germany. Is my neighbors would give me wrong answers. And I wouldn't know it was a wrong answer if I wasn't paying attention. So it makes them focus, makes them listen, and it makes them start intuiting. Hmm, that's not the first 4 planets, teacher. Oh, uh-oh, you can win. Can you name the first 4 planets? And there they go. We are playing tic-tac-toe. We've done 4, maybe 5 moves. We don't do the whole board. And you know, you get a celebration and a star for every time they get a 0. And you have a student whose parents are sitting in the background grinning so big because their child has constantly talked for 25 minutes and they've learned to start really knitting together that English language and maybe skipping over the little translation in their head because it's becoming more natural, so they don't have to go to Chinese first, understand it, how they would answer it in Chinese, and give it back to you in English. That, once you start really working with a language, it disappears. It really does. There are only some things that will make you have to do that when you're speaking another language. So when I'm with German, who I will say my 3rd and 4th year being in Germany is when I was most fluent, where I wasn't translating German constantly to English, thinking of my answer and then translating my answer from English back to German because that's a long lapse in conversation and you can only smile pretty for so long before it's creepy. Sorry. Get that student back because the parent sees you have them talking all the time, you're engaged, you're tweaking their language so that it sounds more natural, and the student still gets to play the game that they love so much. Okay, so this is Lucian, the smiling teacher, asking you to use extensions when you do rewards. All right, I'll see you next time. Sphere.